Hi everyone. Today we will discuss about principles of seismic instruments. This type of instruments are used to measure the acceleration and vibration of different areas. In yesterday's class, we are discussed about the what is the introduction of acceleration and vibration. In that introduction, what is acceleration and what is vibration, and what are the different measuring instruments of the acceleration, and also what are the different classifications of the vibrations. These topics we are discussed in yesterday's class. Today we will see about what is the accelerometer and what are the different instruments used to measure the acceleration, and also what is vibration, what are the different classifications of vibrations, and these different types of vibrating instruments. By using that vibrating instruments, how to calculate, how to measure vibration, and what is the constructional details of those instruments. First of all, you can see what is accelerometer. An accelerometer is an electromechanical device that measures the proper acceleration forces. These forces may be static, like the constant force of gravity pulling at your feet, or they could be dynamic, caused by the moving and vibrating the accelerometer. First of all, what is the accelerometer? It is used to measure the acceleration, and it is also a electromechanical device. It measures the proper acceleration forces. So the acceleration should be measured by using this accelerometer, and these forces may be static, like the constant force of gravity pulling at your feet. So the constant forces, these forces are acting at the uh, accelerometer, and it calculates the how much amount of forces passing through that object. That forces should be calculated, that is acceleration. So the forces may be static or constant forces. The gravity pulling at your feet, or they could be dynamic. So the force is static force or the dynamic forces. Different types of forces are passing through the objects, that is static forces or dynamic forces. It is caused by moving and vibrating the accelerometer. What is the working principle of the accelerometer? The working principle of an accelerometer is based upon the piezoelectric effect. By this piezoelectric effect, the accelerometer is works, and it's due to accelerative forces and on the displacement sensing device. It is based upon the displacement of mass. So the working principle of an accelerometer, it is mainly based upon the piezoelectric effect. How the accelerometer is works? In most of the cases, working of an accelerometer is based upon the voltage generation and its further calculations, which leads to the determination of acceleration, whereas some other involve the measurement of displacement of mass. So in most of the cases, working of an accelerometer is based upon the voltage generation. Whenever we calculate the acceleration, we are using this type of accelerometers. First of all, it will generate the voltage. By this voltage, generation and its further calculation leads to determine the acceleration. It is some other involvement of measure of displacement of mass. What are the different types of accelerometers? There are basically two types of accelerometers. It is piezoelectric accelerometer and a displacement sensing or seismic type accelerometer. These are the two uh, different types of accelerometers are used to measure the acceleration. One is piezoelectric accelerometer and another one is displacement sensing or seismic type accelerometer. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this accelerometer? So the accelerometer, it is rugged and inexpensive, and it has high impedance and a high sensitive high frequency response. These are the advantages. The accelerometer is very high sensitive. The spare parts of the accelerometer and the working of the accelerometer, it is very highly sensitive. uh, the high amount of loads are acting, or it should be damaged easily because of the highly sensitivity of the particles are parts are used in this construction. And the highly sensitivity, because the construction is very simple of this accelerometer. And a high frequency response, the frequency response is very high. We can calculate acceleration of that numerical values quickly about this high frequency response. So these are the different advantages of the accelerometers. And what are the disadvantages of this accelerometer? One is sensitivity to temperature, and another one is hysteresis error, less longevity, and decreased efficiency with time. So the temperature sensitivity is very low. In this type of accelerometers, uh, we can maintain only at normal temperatures only. The temperature is increased on that accelerometer, it should be damaged. And hysteresis error, some amount of some different types of errors are placed in the uh, this type of accelerometers. And less longevity and decreased efficiency with time. So the efficiency with time of the accelerometers is less. What are the applications of these accelerometers? Acceleration and vibration calculations in vehicles. The acceleration and vibration calculation in vehicles. Most of the automobile vehicles, we can measure the acceleration and vibration of that vehicles. We can calculate by using this type of accelerometers to detect the acceleration and vibration. And next one, in industries for monitoring missions. So the mission monitoring process, we are using the accelerometers. By this monitoring process, how much acceleration occurred and how much vibration is developed in that mission, we can calculate by using this type of instrument. And next one, building and structural monitoring. By this building and structural monitoring, this construction and other design process, this type of accelerometers are used to detect the vibration and accelerations. And next one, medical application and navigation. In this medical application and navigation process, the accelerometers are used to measure the acceleration and vibration of the different uh, instrument, different objects in that medical applications and navigations. And transport, the transport means we are using different types of automobile vehicles. We can calculate the acceleration and vibration of that vehicles. So this type of accelerometers are used to measure the acceleration in that transport. So these are the applications of the accelerometer. And next one, what is the introduction of vibration? First of all, what is vibration? And what is the uh, uh, functions of vibration, and what are the properties of vibration? How to measure vibrations by using different vibrating instruments. You can see what is vibration means. When any elastic body such as a spring, shaft or beam is displayed from the equilibrium position by the application of external forces and then released. It commences cyclic motion, such as a cycle of motion of your body or your system due to elastic deformation under the action of external forces is known as vibration. So what he told is the measurement of motion and vibration parameters is very important in many applications. Why? Because the machine is in running position, it has some vibration occurred. So we can um, neglect that vibrations, and we can remove that vibrations. Certain properties should be maintained to fix that mission. Okay, so that is it is very important to calculate this vibration by using different types of measuring instruments of vibration. So the vibration parameters is important in many applications. It has the experimental quantity which is desired, maybe velocity, acceleration, or vibration, and the quantities may be useful in predicting the fatigue failure of a particular part or mission, or may play an important role in analysis, which are used to reduce the structure vibration. These are the different applications of vibration measuring instruments. Um, by the fatigue failures or any type of damages of that mission, we can calculate by using these vibrating measuring instruments. So the vibrating may be considered in three basic groups. It is accelerometers, vibrometers, and vibrographs. These accelerometers are used to calculate the acceleration of that mission or any other device, and vibrometers, it is used to indicate the vibration meters, and the vibrographs recording the vibration meters. So the how much amount of vibration getting on that mission or any other device, the graph is developed on the vibrographs. Okay, so vibrating measuring instruments are used to know the vibrating due to earthquake or fluctuating and velocities, wind velocities on structure, on building, random vibrations due to ocean waves. These type of different um, problems, we can calculate the vibration. So the vibration measuring instruments are used to know about the vibration due to earthquake. So the earthquakes are coming to know the vibration of the earth by using this type of vibrating instruments. And next one, fluctuating wind velocity. The wind velocity is fluctuating, so we can calculate by these uh, fluctuations by using this type of vibrating instruments. And next one, structure or buildings random vibrations due to ocean waves. So the building random vibrations in the ocean waves are calculated by using these type of different instruments. And next one, what are the basic construction of vibration measuring instruments? What are the basic constructional details? How to construct the vibration measuring instruments, and what are the different parts involved in that vibration measuring instruments? The vibration measuring instruments are the process of start by sensing the vibratory motion from the vibrating mission of structure and converting it into an electrical signal with the help of transducer or pickup. So the vibrating measurement process, the sensing device is placed in the vibrating measuring instrument. So that sensing element is used to detect the sense the vibrating motions and vibrating forces to be sensing and to give the electric vibrating signals to the electrical signals of this vibrating mission. First of all, you can see what are the different constructional details of the vibrating measuring instruments. It is vibrating mission or structure. So we can take the vibrating mission. That vibrating mission is used to detect the vibrations of the object or any other device. And next one, vibration transducer or pickup. So vibration transducer or pickup, it is to detect the vibrations on the device. And next one, signal conversion unit. So the vibrations uh, took by the vibration transducer, that signal should be transmitted through vibrating signals are transmitted through the electrical signal. In this process is done on this signal conversion unit. And next one, display unit. So the vibrating signals are converted into electrical signals. That electrical signals are shown by the numerical values of the display unit. And next one, data analysis. So in the data analysis, we can calculate the measuring values, and we can measure the how much amount of vibration getting on the device by using this data analysis. So output signals from the transducer, which is in the form of voltage or current, is too small to record it. So output signal from the transducer. So the output signal getting on the transducer, which is in the form of voltage. So the vibrating machine is to develop the voltage or current too small to record it. So small amount of voltage is developed in this vibration transducer in the pickup setup. And next one, therefore, the signal conversion unit is used to amplify the signal from the transducer to the required value. The signal conversion unit, the vibrating signals are converted into electrical signals. In this signal conversion unit, it is amplify the signal from the transducer to the required value. So the output signal from the signal conversion unit is displayed on display unit for visual inspection. In this visual inspection, we can note the numerical values of the vibrating device, and this information is recorded and stored into computer for later use. Finally, the data can be analyzed to know the vibration characteristics of machine or structure. So finally, the data can be analyzed. That means data analysis. In this data analysis process, data is analyzed how much vibration getting on the device, how much vibration is developed on the device. We can calculate and we can store the for further reference. So it is the constructional details of the vibrating instruments. What are the classifications of these vibrating instruments? The vibratory response of a vibrating system can be expressed in terms of various parameters such as displacement, velocity, acceleration, frequency, induced stresses. These are the different classifications uh, of a vibrating system of different parameters to know about the vibration of the device. The choice of parameter depends upon the objective and field of application. You can see what are the different classifications of the vibrating measuring instruments. It is mainly classified into three different types of vibrating measuring instruments. One is based on contact between vibrating system and instrument, and another one is based on requirement of power source, and the third one is based on method of measurement. These are the mainly three classifications of the vibrating measuring instruments. One is contact type and another one is non-contact type. In contact between vibrating system and instrument. Next one, based on requirement of power source. In that power source classifications, it is active instruments and passive instruments. And the third one is method of measurement. It is indicating type measuring instrument and recording type instruments. These are the different classifications of the vibration measuring instruments. First of all, what are vibrometers? Vibrometers or seismometers is an instrument which measures the displacement of a vibrating machine or structure. So these vibrometers or a seismometer is an instrument which measures the displacement of a vibrating machine or structure. The various types of amplitude measuring instruments are as follows: stylus recording instrument or seismic instrument or a seismometer or vibrating pickup, optical recording instrument, capacitance pickup, simple potentiometer, mutual inductance pickup. These are the various type of amplitude measuring instruments These type of measuring instruments are used to detect the amplitude of the uh, different objects and different devices to calculate the amplitude by using this type of instruments. So first vibrating measuring instruments, it is a stylus recording instruments. In this stylus recording instruments, you can see what are the different constructional details of these stylus recording instruments. Vibrating missions. First of all, we can take the vibrating mission. In this vibrating mission, our structure is fixed on the base. It's fixed on the base. And next one, a link is connected through the vibrating mission under stylus. Under stylus, one link is connected through vibrating mission and stylus. And that stylus, we have a fulcrum is connected on the middle of the stylus. A fulcrum is connected on the middle of the stylus. In the stylus have it is connected through the drum, rotating drum. That stylus is connected through the rotating drum. These are the different constructional details of the um, stylus recording instrument. So it consists of a drum which is rotating about y axis and a stylus which is pivoted at a fulcrum. So the drum is rotating at y axis. Only the drum rotates at a y direction only, and it is pivoted with a fulcrum. This stylus is pivoted with a fulcrum O. So it is the fulcrum O. And the other end of the stylus, a link is attached which picks up the vibrating motion from the vibrating mission or structure. So the vibrating motion or vibrating mission or structure is gets on the vibrating mission. So the vibration is developed on the drum by using this vibrating mission. The motion between the rotating drum and the linear movement of stylus plot an amplitude of vibratory motion on paper which is attached on drum. So the paper is attached on the drum. A paper is attached on the drum. So the rotating drum, whenever rotates, automatically the stylus is also uh, gets the sliding motion of the drum. So we can know the uh, how much vibration is developed on the drum. That's a graph is developed on the paper of the drum. So that's why we calculate the vibration on that drum by using these stylus recording instruments. And next one, seismic instrument. By using these seismic instruments, we can calculate the vibration on and different devices. These seismic instruments are mainly used in the calculation of vibration in due to earthquakes. A seismic instrument consists of a spring mass damper system. It is mounted on the vibrating mission or structure to measure the displacement amplitude of a vibratory motion. You can see that a vibrating mission is fixed in the a vibrating mission is fixed in the base. In that vibrating mission, it is connected a frame of casing. That frame of casing um, is connected through mass M through the supporting frame. The mass M is supported in frame or casing by means of a spring having K and the dashport of damping coefficient C. So the mask M is connected through the frame, and this mask is connected through one spring, and damping coefficient C is connected through that mask. So the frame or kissing is fastened to the vibrating body so that it vibrates along with the vibrating body. Thermometer is equivalent to a spring mass damper system having base or support excitation. So this thermometer is also equal to a spring mass damper system. It is calculated by using a thermometer setup, how much vibration is developed on that system. We can calculate by using this thermometer. Is it is fixed on the frame of the um, vibrating measuring instrument. You can see what are the different constructional details of the systematic instruments. It is casing. It is casing. Case. And next one, a mechanical guiding motion is developed on this system. The vibratory motion is developed. The vibratory motion. This mask should develop is vibratory motion. That is called mechanical guides. That is called mechanical guides. Whenever uh, the vibrator machine is on, automatically the mask should be uh, activated. That is mechanical guides is developed on that device. Mechanical guides and relative displacement transducer. It is the relative displacement transducer and the spring and the damping coefficient. It is the natural frequency of the system in which it vibrates when it is displayed from the equilibrium or released. So the critical damping coefficient and is critically damped system. A system is critically damped if the displayed from equilibrium or released. It comes to equilibrium in the minimum time without overshooting the equilibrium position. Then the natural frequency we can calculate, it is Wn, the natural frequency, and the critical damping coefficient Cc are given by Wn is equal to square root of K by M, the spring force by mass. Okay, in this formula we can know the damping coefficient. We can calculate the damping coefficient. Cc is equal to 2 into square root of M into K. M into K. M is the seismic mass per kg. K is the spring constant. So by applying these two factors, we will know about the damping coefficient. We will calculate about the damping coefficient. So for the practical consideration of the systematic pickups, current nomenclature applies the vibrating pickup to detector this transducer yielding an output, usually a voltage that is proportional to the displacement of velocity. When the displacement or velocity is sensed and it is determines the primarily by the second transducing element. For example, if a differential transformer or a voltage dividing potentiometer is used, the output will be proportional to a displacement. On the other hand, if a variable reluctance element is used, the output will be a function of the rate at which lines of magnetic flux are cut. Hence, the instrument will be a velocity type of device. So that is the practical consideration of the systematic pickups. In this systematic pickups, frequency response is from 0 to some high limiting value. Steady acceleration can be measured, and this displacement and velocity can be obtained by electrical integration, which is preferred to differentiation. Measurement of transient motion is more readily achieved than with displacement or velocity pickups, and the destructive forces in machinery are often more closely related to acceleration than to velocity or displacement. So these are the different following features of these systematic instruments. So by using these systematic instruments, we can calculate the vibration of the device, uh, and the damping coefficient should be calculated. It is 2 into root of m into k, that is mass into spring constant k. And next one, third measuring device, it is optical recording instruments. By using these optical recording instruments, we can calculate the vibration. By using these optical recording instruments, what are the different constructional details? It is a vibrating body. So it is the vibrating body. We can place this vibrating body and it is attached to the uh, a mirror that is connected to one displacement sector. That displacement sector is connected through mirror. A light source is passing through the lens. The lens is used to detect the light source on the mirror is at one point. In that particular point, the light source is fall on that mirror. It is reflected through the light. It is reflected through the light. When the reflection light is falls on the rotating drum, so the drum is rotates, automatically a graph should be developed on the fluctuations of the vibrations on the paper of the rotating drum. That paper is connected through the rotating drum. And next one, simple potentiometer. By using this simple potentiometer, we can calculate the uh, vibration of the device. It consists of a voltmeter, a battery, and resistance. A needle is connected to the vibrating body. So a needle is connected to the vibrating body. You can see the constructional details. It is the vibrating body. In that vibrating body, a needle is connected. Needle is connected, and it is allowed to slide on the resistance. So the resistance is slide. That needle is also connected to that resistance. So the resistance is sliding, automatically the needle is also slides. The change in voltage due to movement of needle on this resistance is recorded. This voltage is proportional to the amplitude of the vibration. So whenever the body should be vibrated, automatically the needle is sliding, because it should be connected with resistance. The voltmeter, the voltage is regulated, and the voltage should be changed. By this change of voltage in the movement of needle, it is calculated as amplitude of vibration of the potentiometer. And next one, capacitance pickup. You can see the capacitance pickup. The vibrating body, it is connected through the probe, that is the sensing device. That sensing device, it is placed as the air gap between the vibrating body and probe, and a capacitor is connected through that. A battery of the capacitance. In that capacitance pickup is non-contacting active type vibrating measuring instruments, uh, which generates an output proportional to the displacement of the vibratory motion. Change in capacitance due to variation in air gap is utilized in an RC circuit to indicate the amount of vibratory displacement. So it is a non-contact type of vibrating measuring instrument. And next one, mutual inductance pickup. It is also a non-contact type of vibrating measuring instruments. By using this mutual inductance pickup setup, we can calculate the vibration of the vibrating body. So thank you. It is the overall instruments of the measuring instruments of the vibrations. In next class, we will see about the uh, what are the different types of accelerometers. What are the different types of accelerometers? It is piezoelectric accelerometer, under displacement sensing, or a systematic type accelerometer. These two are discussed in next class. So thank you guys.